בבוקר כולם עוד היו מודאגים מהגשם שלא הפסיק לרדת. אבל לא נתנו לחשש לפגוע בהכנה.
חמסה.
עוד מעט ייפתח כאן בטקס חגיגי בית העם. כן, בית עם, כמו בקיבוץ או מושב. גם השמות של החבר'ה היו משתלבים יפה בסידור עבודה במשק. כמעט.
My name is Jonathan.
Benjamin.
Elisha.
Zilpa Mdondo.
How did you get the name Zilpa?
I was born Jewish. It's Jacob's wife in the Bible.
זילפה, יונתן ושאר החברים הם דור חמישי של יהודים שנולדו באוגנדה. הם בני האביודaya. סמי קקונגלו היה בסוף המאה ה-19 צ'יף, ראש שבט וגנרל מאותר בצבא ממלכת אוגנדה. כשהבריטים כבשו את אוגנדה הם הבטיחו לקקונגלו שימנו אותו למלך מזרח המדינה. הם גם ניסו לשכנע אותו להתנצר.
When he got the Bible that the missionaries were using to convert people, he fell in love with the Torah and he began to observe the laws. He circumcised himself and his children.
Circumcised himself?
He circumcised himself, literally. Yeah, because there was nobody to do it. In Uganda, don't circumcise. It is against their culture to do circumcision. Actually, he had to go
A brave man.
against his culture.
זה היה ב-1919. קקונגלו החליט שמעכשיו הוא יהודי, abayudaya בשפה המקומית. כמה מאות מבני השבטים הלכו בעקבותיו, ומכיוון שבאוגנדה לפני 100 שנה לא הסתובבו יהודים אחרים באזור, קקונגלו היה לפוסק הלכה, הרבה.
He began to observe Shabbat, Chagim, Pesach, Shavuot and Sukkot, Kashrut.
Do you also have the Mishnah and Talmud or only follow the Torah?
He only followed the Torah. So whatever interpretation he gave came from his own understanding. For every prayer, we use our own African melodies and then we bring in the Hebrew. So it is a merger between the Hebrew and the African culture.
Can we put some Ugandan music?
כדי להגיע אל האביודaya אנחנו יוצאים למסע ארוך מקמפלה הבירה למזרח אוגנדה, מרחק של יותר מ6 שעות נסיעה. המשלחת שמארחת אותנו מורכבת מחברי מרום, צעירי התנועה המסורתית וההסתדרות הציונית העולמית, הארגונים שהקימו את בית העם.
זה הירוק.
חבורה של ישראלים בלב אפריקה, שפע המים והירוק האינסופי סביבנו בהחלט מעוררים מחשבות מה היה קורה אילו.
עשו טעות הרצל והחבר'ה? שלא בחרו באוגנדה?
כנראה שלא, אבל זה בהחלט מקום מדהים. בהחלט מקום מדהים.
בוא נאמר ככה, יכול להיות שהסביבה הייתה יותר מפרגנת לנו ממה שיש לנו היום, אבל כנראה זה גם לא היה אותו דבר.
Hello! וקיבי! שלום, nice to meet you, מיכל.
הגענו. אי אפשר לטעות בכיפות ובשמות.
You want to join us and we'll go up to the synagogue?
It's okay.
ציונה מצטרף אלינו לרכב ונחמיה מראה את הדרך. קהילת האביודaya מונה כ2,000 אנשים המפוזרים בכ10 כפרים במזרח אוגנדה. מקומות פשוטים, בדרך כלל לא חשמל ומים זורמים. נוסעים ולפתע ביער מגן דוד, בית כנסת.
This is the synagogue. That is near Tamid.
How many people are praying here?
Over 100.
They walk to the synagogue? They walk. How far it is?
5 kilometers, 6 around.
Walking.
Yes, they just walk.
ממשיכים עוד קילומטר וכפר שלם ממתין לנו לאורחים מארץ הקודש.
Thank you. Thank you.
כל החגיגה הזאת מתרחשת ליד בית כנסת אחר, לא רחוק מהראשון.
למה יש להם כל כך הרבה בתי כנסת?
יהודים.
Actually, we are approaching Adasa Primary School, and we are almost there. I think you can see the signpost. So we are almost there.
זה הדסה, בית הספר הראשון של האבא-יודיה, פנימייה שלומדים בה כ-400 תלמידים שדווקא ביום שבאנו היו בחופש. אהרון המנהל פוגש אותנו.
This building is a building meant for library. These are classes, like a P1 and P2. I send a messenger. We would like to have this school one of the best schools in the country. To make sure that is given enough knowledge to live as a Jewish person in the future.
חינוך הוא ערך עליון בקהילה. בבית הספר מלמדים בנוסף ללימודים רגילים, גם עברית, תפילה ומכינים לבר מצווה.
Is there any Israel studies, any connections to Israel?
We very much limited to Israel knowledge. I may not have much knowledge about Israel, but I get it from the books. I read about Israel, and then I try to tell some of my children.
They don't tell us about their life, how people stay in Israel, their life, but instead they just teach us the Bible, about the Bible, about Moses and those stuffs of King David, King Saul.
They tell us Israel flows with honey and milk. And we thought that it was real milk flowing and honey. Yeah.
And when you come to Israel?
It was not like that.
פער הדורות. המבוגרים מכירים את ישראל רק מהתנ"ך.
But you know, today in Israel, not all the people are religious and not all the people pray and...
That's what I don't know.
You don't know that?
That's what I don't know.
הצעירים כבר מחוברים לסלולרי ובשנים האחרונות גם מגיעים לארץ לתוכניות כמו מסע או תגלית.
I need your help with making the music for the home party. What kind of Israeli songs do you remember from camp?
The Bamba Bamba?
Yeah, the Bamba Bamba. Yes.
And you also have the Tudu Bomb?
Tudu Bomb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tudu Bomb.
Toy?
Yeah.
Toy?
Yeah.
What else people would like?
Golden Boy?
Golden Boy, great. Okay, so we'll put them on.
את פנחס והדסה פגשנו ליד הבית של פנחס, שאי אפשר לטעות בו ששייך ליהודי. הכפרים הם לא של יהודים בלבד, השכנים הם נוצרים ומוסלמים. וגם בבית הספר היהודי רק מחצית מהתלמידים והמורים יהודים.
We are coexisting and there is a mutual understanding of each.
Ramadan, how does it work if, if the Muslim kids are fasting?
The Ramadan, now here we encourage them to fast, and then for the Christians on Sundays, if they want to go for prayers, we give them to the teachers and they go to churches. Sometimes some of these children, Muslims and Christians, want to come and listen to what we do, and like on Shabbat, they come here. They all come and join us, and then they learn some of our values and norms, something like this.
In Israel, Muslims and Jews and Christians, they don't do well together all the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't do together, but here they have that mentality of loving your neighbors as you love yourself.
אלא שלא תמיד המצב היה כזה. בשנות ה-70 שלט באוגנדה הדיקטטור אידי אמין, שרצח יותר מ250,000 אנשים מבני עמו. אמין אסר על האבא-יודיה לחיות כיהודים.
We were not allowed to even step in the compound of the synagogue, pray or wear kippot or do anything that is Jewish. If you did so, you would be killed.
רבים נטשו את היהדות. הקהילה הצטמקה לכ-300 אנשים בלבד. כשהלכנו באחד הכפרים, יצא אלינו אדם והציג את עצמו כדניאל, הכומר של הכפר.
שלום, שלום, you remember שלום?
Yeah, I remember.
כששמע שאנחנו מישראל התרגש. לא נולדתי נוצרי, הוא אמר. במקור, אני יהודי.
I'm born as a Yoruba, but I changed since Idi Amin regime. All we are scattered.
How many people left abayudaya community in the days of Idi Amin?
Many feared. I extend to all of you.
My father built a sukkah during Sukkot, and he was arrested for observing Judaism. And we paid a bribe to the arresting police officer, and he left him. Otherwise, he would be killed.
באותם ימים קשים, אירוע אחד נתן להם תקווה. ביולי 1976 אפשר אידי אמין לחוטפי מטוס אייר פרנס שהיה בדרכו לתל אביב לנחות באנטבה.
המטוס הראשון חנה שמה, מצפון לתל אביב, והחנו פה בצד הזה של האנטבה.
עידו נתניהו הגיע לאוגנדה במיוחד לפתיחת בית העם, שיקרא על שם יוני, אחיו מפקד סיירת מטכ"ל שנהרג כאן. מבצע החילוץ הנועז של צה"ל אלפי קילומטרים מהבית היה לשם נרדף לתעוזה ואומץ בכל העולם. לאביודיה שחיו במחתרת, הוא היה הוכחה שיהודים יכולים לאידי אמין.
We were very proud of that, and it inspired us. The resilience and the bravery inspired us so much. We felt like God had sent Geulah and redemption, and indeed it came in 1979 when Idi Amin was defeated, and it was Pesach. So we celebrated Pesach in style.
שישי בבוקר, פנחס מביא את שורש הקסאבה מהשדה.
I have to be careful because this cassava is a bit stubborn. With a lot of effort it may get bitter.
כך מתחילות ההכנות לקראת ארוחת שבת, יום שלם של עבודה. המטבח מחוץ לבית. אמא של פנחס מנצחת על הבישולים.
Hey, I'm sweating.
So they put their portion. So
The men, they just go buy things for Shabbat, they bring for the women to prepare.
So
like
actually
food.
they do nothing.
Yeah, they do nothing. That's why Yusufin has coughing from the kitchen because he's not used.
I see.
Yeah.
דפנה, צרה.
בכפר אחר, ציפורה, אשתו של הרב גרשון, ראש הקהילה, כבר עמוק בתוך העשן.
What are you doing?
Cleaning, because if you just cook them, you'll have insects which are not kosher.
הכשרות חשובה מאוד לאביודיה. בחנויות באוגנדה אין מוצרים כשרים, לכן המבחר מצומצם והכלל, אם יש ספק, לא נוגעים.
If I may ask, yes, is a duck kosher or not? A duck is kosher. Yes. A duck is kosher. Yes.
בתוך הבית, בינה, רבקה ומרים עופות חלות לשבת. זו גם הזדמנות לעסוק בסוגיה יהודית חשובה לא פחות, איך בקהילה של 2,000 איש בלבד מוצאים חתן.
It's hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
היה conversion where you come and maybe you find interest in someone, you can go and tell someone, you know what, blah blah blah. So
Blah 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 is important.
אלא שהצעירים כבר לא ממהרים להתחתן. גם כי חתונה זה עסק יקר, צריך לשחוט עיזים ולארגן ארוחה גדולה לכל הקהילה, ובעיקר, הם כבר חושבים אחרת. לא מסתפקים בלהיות עובדי אדמה.
What is your dream? What do you want to be?
I want to become a great lawyer specifying human rights.
I love doing pikuach nefesh and to achieve the dream where my mother had a dream of becoming a doctor.
אם למישהו היה ספק שהם יהודים, הבחור רוצה להיות רופא כדי שהיידיש שמאמת תהיה מרוצה. אבל את התשוקה של הצעירים ללמוד ולהתפתח פוגשים בכל פינה. ישמעאל רק התחיל ללמוד כינור. במקור הוא בכלל נגן טיובופידו, כלי אפריקני, אבל הוא חולם יותר מלנגן בחתונות בכפר.
The violin cuts across. Like when it comes to Western music, by this one is limited. At times it's limited. There are songs that you cannot play using this one.
אחד, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
זה בדיוק הייעוד של בית העם. הסטודנטים היהודים נאלצים לנדוד לעיר הבירה כדי לרכוש השכלה ולא יכולים לעשות כל שבוע את הדרך הארוכה לכפר.
אלוהינו מלך העולם, וציוונו לקבוע את מזוזה.
כאן יוכלו להיפגש, לשמור שבת בצוותא, וגם יחזקו את הקשר עם ישראל. אלא שלא כולם בישראל מעוניינים בקשר הזה.
Did you feel welcome in Jerusalem?
It depends on how you go and where you go.
But we could reach somewhere. Somebody is looking at you as if there's only used to call us. Gush or something? Going, something like that. Yes.
אלישע למשל רצה לבוא לישראל ללמוד בישיבה.
I applied for the visa to go to Israel. Unfortunately, I was denied.
Why?
I was not given a clear reason.
לכאורה לאלישע לא אמורה להיות בעיה. האבא-יודאיה יהודים לפי החוק היבש. הזרם הקונסרבטיבי של יהודי ארצות הברית אימץ אותם לפני כ-15 שנים. הקהילה עברה גיור, הרב גרשון הוסמך לרבנות, ועדיין מערימים עליהם קשיים כשהם מנסים להיכנס לישראל.
זה לצערי תוצר של היחס של המדינה לזרמים הליברליים, שהם לא האורתודוקסיה והחרדים.
אני באמת מרגישה שזה בגלל צבע העור. אני מאפריקה, אני לא מרגישה שבגלל היהדות.
But is it important for you, the recognition of the state of Israel?
Actually, when we started our community in 1919, there was no Israel to recognize us. So for us, Israel came along the way. And because Israel is the home of the Jewish people, we feel like we need to be part of it. Why not? Why should we be discriminated?
Yom. Yeah, Ayom. Good. Me personally, my heart, I feel like I'm Jewish. I don't know how Christians pray. I don't know how Muslims pray. I only know my Jewish life that I was born in. Then how can you wake up and tell me that I'm not Jewish, you know?
In Israel, people are afraid that many people will say they are Jews here in order to come to Israel.
That's not true because, you know, people grew up here and then most of the people have their lives already here. Not that the whole Uganda will migrate to Israel. That's not true.
We begin our service on page 150 of our school with Lechune Ranena. Lechune Ranena.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to you.
בואו נגיד, והיינו עוצמים עיניים. לא יודעים איפה אנחנו נמצאים. לא חשופים לצבע העור שלהם, לא חשופים לבגדים שלהם. אם הייתי מרגישה בבית, והתחושה שלי שאני מרגישה בבית, אתה מבין שהם יהודים לא פחות ממני. הם נולדו לתוך זה.
וכך כבר 100 שנים, בכל שישי בערב, מהמדורות עולה עשן אחרון, רגע לפני שמכבים את האש, ובשבילים פוסעים אנשים בבגדי חג. כשהשמש מתחילה להסתתר מאחורי הר אלגון, אפשר בכפר נבוגויה להרגיש את השבת.
So for the bracha we say, Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, זוכר הברית ונאמן בבריתו וקיים במאמרו. אמן.
Welcome, ברוכים הבאים, ברוכות הבאות to our double celebration of Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day, and our 1-year anniversary for opening Bet Ha'am Marom in Kampala. It's such a wonderful opportunity for us in Marom and in Marom Kampala community to bring back and bring together this celebration of Jerusalem on one hand and Kampala on the other side. Throughout the next upcoming event, we will find ways of making that connection between Jerusalem and Kampala, between our members in Kampala, and hear about their work that they've done, and also what they've done and experienced while being in Israel and while being visiting Jerusalem. So join us. Feel free to share thoughts, comments in our chat box. Sorry. We're going to ask everybody on Zoom to mute themselves, בבקשה, please, so that we will be able to hear everybody correctly. So we're going to take a minute to do that. And we're going to ask our host to mute everybody except me, please. And if you're joining us and speaking, just make sure to unmute yourself when your time is arriving. So thank you for coming. Webal and Yo for joining us. Toda raba, and we hope you enjoy the event and the ceremony that we prepared for you.
ירושלים של זהב, של נחושת ושל אור. ירושלים של אלפי צבעים, ריחות וטעמים. ירושלים של מחנה יהודה, ירושלים של הכותל המערבי, ירושלים של שלוש הדתות, שלושת הזרמים, לכל אחת ואחד הירושלים המיוחדת שלו. השנה אנחנו מציינים את יום ירושלים במועד עולמי מורכב. כולנו נמצאים תחת אותו איום של אותו וירוס קטן שמשתק את העולם כולו. אבל כפי שכבר למדנו, יש גם יתרונות במצב הזה. זו ההזדמנות שלנו לחשוב איזה ירושלים אנחנו רוצים, לאיזה סוג ירושלים אנחנו מייחלים, ומה כל אחד ואחת יכול לעשות ולתרום לחזק את מעמדה של ירושלים כבירת מדינת ישראל, העם היהודי והעולם כולו. ההמנון, כמעט ההמנון, ירושלים של זהב, שאותו חיברה נעמי שמר, הפך מושר בפי כל בכל העולם. השנה, במועד המיוחד הזה, בחרנו להביא את הקולות של יהדות העולם לכולכם, שרים במבטאים שונים, אבל כולם בעברית, את השיר ירושלים של זהב. אני מזמינה אתכם לצפות ולשיר עם כולם את ההמנון הזה שמחבר בינינו. חג שמח לכם בכל אחד מהמקומות שאתם נמצאים בעולם.
We would like to invite Esau Wanani, our president of Marom Kampala, to share some of the programs, events, ceremonies, visitors, everything that was done in the Marom house in the last year.
Well, shalom everybody. I'm Wanani Esau, and I'm a graduate from Makerere University with a bachelor's degree in business administration. I've been the president of Marom for now about 5 years, and I'm so grateful to all the achievements as Marom that we have achieved, because I joined Marom halfway and I've seen it progress up to where we are. First of all, I want to give special thanks to Mama Judy. Thank you very much. It's upon your visit that you met Uganda back in 2012 that I've seen this wonderful younger community grow up. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for seeing the future of the Jewish community, because you saw that any community to be strong, there must be a very good foundation, and the base of the community is the youth. And yes, indeed, you did the best you could to see us where we are right now. And also, I'm going to thank the Marom administration in Israel. I will thank President Roy Pered and Mihal Waham and other
Esau, can you hear us? We know sometimes there is challenges with Wi-Fi in Kampala. Esau? we'll give Esau just one more minute. We know Wi-Fi is challenging sometimes. Esau, can you hear us? Okay, so I'm gonna move ahead and kind of describe some of the programs, and if we hear Esau back, we will let him share some of his thoughts.
I'm back.
Yes, great. Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, someone interrupted my my live. So I was moving ahead thanks to Maroma administration, and I want to give special thanks to the WZO. Thank you very much for partnering with us and giving us the support, and also giving us that financial support. Always, this was a very this was our dream from my predecessors. All they dreamed is to have a home for the younger Jewish people in the city. And when WZO was given this proposal, they responded positively. Then also I want to thank my predecessors whom I came after, Mr. Nahman, who is currently in USA, Joseph Karema, and all others who contributed, who put effort to the building of Maromo community. I want to go through what we have achieved since we got a chance to have our Maromo Beit Ha'am house. It has been now 1 year and 2 days since we officially opened our house that we dedicated to a fallen Jewish hero, Netanyahu. We are so grateful for that. This home has provided us with an ample space, and this ample space has given us a chance to practice all the Jewish high holidays, Jewish festivals, and also has given us a chance to learn more with the guidance of Rabbi Gershom, who now has made a schedule with us that every month he comes to teach us about Judaism, and this has been achieved because we now own our home. Also, Beit Ha'am has brought Jews both in Uganda and outside Uganda who come to Uganda together. Now that with our home, we hosted many Jewish people from different parts of the world. The Israel ambassador visited us, the deputy Israel ambassador and the delegation of youth from Boston, they visited us. And we have also hosted many of the abayudaya and other Jews around Africa who have come to Kampala, and we have given them a home whenever they want to attend services or high holidays and they are caught up around the city. They are all welcome, and we have welcomed them with our open hands. Also, the house has given us a chance to come together and also to give us a warhead to observe the Jewish laws. For example, kashrut. Now we don't have to worry about kosher separating dishes, because now we have our own home that we control by ourselves. And we are so grateful for that. And with the home, we are able now to, in case we want to construct a sukkah, we are free to construct a sukkah in our compound. And also we're celebrating festivals like Hanukkah and other Jewish festivals. Everything has been going smooth. We are so grateful for all that. And all this has been achieved because of having the Beit Ha'am house. We are so grateful for everything. And I have much to say, but I would beg to end here. And finally, I would say we feel secure to be in the city. At least we have a home. We have a place where we call a home. Even though it is a temporary, we are just renting, but we are now better than where we were before. So we are so grateful. Thank you very much.
Webal and Yoasau, thank you very much to you with your leadership, and with Jonathan, Zilpa, Enoch, Israel and the rest of the Marom members, those who are maybe in other places and now outside of Uganda, maybe in Israel, maybe in the US, but you all made it happen and you all built a community. So Wevel and Yo to you as well. Thank you. Mama Judy, can you hear us? We have patience. It's Africa.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I just want to say how wonderful it is to be here with everybody today. And it's really my honor to be able to speak to you and to tell you my Jerusalem story, how I am connected to Jerusalem. We say in the Amida prayer, Tishkon b'toch Yerushalayim yircha kasher dibarta. Return in mercy to Jerusalem, your city, and dwell therein, as you have promised. It's the summer of 1966. I'm a typical American 16-year-old on a 6-week tour of Israel with Ramah Seminar. I didn't really think much about why I wanted to travel to Israel, other than all my friends from Camp Ramah and the Poconos were going, and when you're 16 years old, that's enough of a reason. We began by touring the center, north, and south of the country. Then about halfway through our trip, we went up to Jerusalem. Yes, up, literally, climbing up the narrow two-lane highway that led from the coast to the city in 1966. After years of including Jerusalem in my prayers and singing Hashana Haba'ah B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem, I was here. I was walking the pavements, feeling the hot sun beat down and reflect off of the white Jerusalem stone buildings, eating falafel on King George Street, and visiting the sites we were permitted to visit. Yes, permitted to visit, because in the summer of 1966, Jerusalem was still divided between Israel and Jordan, as per the armistice agreement reached in April 1949. It was a no man's land between the two sides. The old city and the Temple Mount were part of Jordan. We could see and feel what it meant that Jerusalem was divided. We visited the Musrara neighborhood where the Mandelbaum Gate stood, the only crossing point for people to and from the old city. Concrete and barbed wire were used to separate the two sides. Soldiers heavily guarded the area. One day, we climbed up to Har Zion, to Mount Zion, as close as we could get physically to the old city. Our tour leader led us up to the roof of King David's tomb. Over there, he pointed, can you see the gold dome? Right below that spot is the Kotel, the Western Wall, the heart of the Jewish people. We stood on the balcony huddled together, shielding the blinding sunlight from our eyes with our hands, and strained our necks as we followed his pointed finger and looked at where he declared the Kotel stood. We tried to picture this wall we had seen in so many photos in Hebrew school and at camp. This was 1966, and Jerusalem was divided, its heart torn. Psalm 122, verse 6, pray for the peace in Jerusalem. May all who love this city prosper. On June 6, 1967, I stood at my high school graduation in a suburb of Philadelphia, not as excited as I should have been given the occasion. Israel was at war. My joy of graduation was overshadowed by the thoughts of what was happening in the places we had visited the previous summer. I couldn't comprehend that as I stood here in my high school auditorium, 6,000 miles away from Israel, people we had met and so many other citizens were fighting for their lives and for the soul of the Jewish people. Miraculously, on June 7th, Israel captured the old city and Jerusalem was reunited once again. The war was over in just 6 days. I had an intense feeling of pride in the achievements of our soldiers and for the state of Israel. Our prayers had been answered. Jerusalem was reunited again. Now it's the summer of 1969 and I'm back in Jerusalem, this time to spend my junior year studying at the Hebrew University. I walk down Jaffa Road and I am in a daze as I'm able to stroll freely through the open Jaffa Gate and into the old city with its amazing colors and smells, tastes, and sounds. I make my way down through the narrow shuk to the Kotel. And there it is. I get close, touch her stones, feel the tears of the soldiers who fought for Jerusalem, and added my fingerprints to the fingerprints etched into the stones of the Jews who prayed here for 2,000 years. I think of those who lost their lives so that I, and every Jew in the world, can come home and reconnect to the special city. Jerusalem became my home that year. I walked her streets, shopped at the markets, learned Hebrew, and made personal connections with neighbors and students. Jerusalem was now a part of me, a second home. I met my husband Steve that year, and for me, falling in love with Steve and falling in love with Jerusalem was intertwined. In the summer of 1977, Shira, our 2-year-old daughter, Steve and I make Aliyah and choose to live on a kibbutz in the north of the country. But in 1989, we moved to Jerusalem, this time with 3 daughters, and for the next 25 years, we lived in the city. I never took for granted the privilege that I was living in Jerusalem. I passed the walls of the old city as I went to work or did errands and went about my life. But for me, it was never just a route or a beautiful place to live. As Muslims, Christians, religious and non-religious Jews walked on the sidewalks, I was surrounded by Hebrew, Arabic, Russian, Amharic, Yiddish, English, and other languages. We all went about our daily business. I would often stop and feel grateful that I was living in this time of history and had the honor to make Jerusalem my home. Throughout these years, we celebrated many joyful moments, but we also suffered many difficult days of terror attacks and on the streets and buses of Jerusalem. And we were often fearful to go about and go on with our daily lives. But I always had hope for better days. When I hung up my laundry on our balcony in our neighborhood of French Hill, I would look across the valley and picture the women in the adjacent Arab village of Issaouia doing the same and felt our connection. We had met together in a dialogue group and shared our feelings. We wanted the same for ourselves and our family: good health, food on the tables, education for our children, meaningful jobs, and to live our lives freely. We all had dreams of a better future. Jerusalem was home to all of us, and we had to find a way to live together in peace. We still pursue that dream. The poet Yehuda Amichai wrote, "The air over Jerusalem is saturated with prayers and dreams, like the air over industrial cities. It's hard to breathe." I no longer live in Jerusalem. About 5 years ago, we left the city for Kibbutz Hanaton to begin a new chapter in our lives in the Galilee, closer to our family. But it's an illusion to say that we left Jerusalem. No one really ever leaves Jerusalem. Jerusalem is inside us, entangled, entwined, capturing us in her beauty and calling out to us. Her heart beats in all of us, no matter where we live. Rabbi Tzvi Yehuda Kook's words were paraphrased in the song HaKotel. There are people with hearts of stone, and there are stones with the hearts of people. I look forward to welcoming you to Jerusalem. Yom Yerushalayim Sameach.
תודה רבה, Mama Judy, and תודה רבה again for all your hard work bringing the idea of opening a Marom Center in Kampala 10 years ago. So it was very, very special for us also to be with you a year ago in the opening of the house and have an amazing and meaningful and joyful closure in that sense of starting the physical home of Marom Kampala. So toda rabba for all your work, and we're looking forward to continue working with you and spreading the word of Marom Kampala in our community. Toda rabba. We have a special guest, some people that couldn't physically be with us online, but still wanted to send you guys some blessings and share some thoughts. So we planted some surprises throughout the ceremony today that we will hope you'll enjoy the Drishat Shalom, the greetings from afar.
Baruch Adonai, Baruch Abba Yerushalayim, Baruch Adonai, Baruch Abba Yerushalayim. Shalom, my name is Rahman and I am based in Seattle, Washington, and I'm joining you and I'm joining all of us in celebrating Yerushalayim, Yom Yerushalayim, and Marom anniversary, or Beit Ha'am anniversary. I must say I've never been to the new Beit Hadash, or the new house of Marom in Kampala, but it's very good news that when I heard it, it melted my heart, and I felt very, very happy. And I hope that one day I will get to be there. Today is a beautiful day, and trying to rest. Of course, I'm considered essential worker, but I'm joining everyone to celebrate this beautiful achievement, and of course, joining the people in Israel and the Jews around the world in celebrating Jerusalem. That's why I started with that song. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the leaders that stood up and never gave up, like Yosef Kalema, who was the first president, and I think he's among the people that started the idea of having Marom Kampala. And I would like to also thank Mama Judy and her team, Tammy, and everybody that was part of this whole group. And of course, people that were there before. They weren't part of the forming of Marom, but they were supporting by being members of the group, by hosting in their houses. I remember this year I met one person, very important person. We know him very well in Uganda. His name is Lon Malin. He's in Vancouver. He is, I think, the first Marom event that I went to. He had rented, and it also is the first time I went to an apartment building. So it was in Kampala, in an area called Zana, I think. We had a very good time there. And I remember we used to go to Mr. Paul and Mama Diane's house in Bugolobi to celebrate our holidays. And Andrew Ginsberg, who is from New York, but we lived with him in Kenya for so long, and he's now in Nairobi. I know he misses Marom, and I know Marom misses him. And of course, I miss those times. It was really beautiful time. So I would like to say and send a blessing to all of us, a blessing of success, unity amongst us. If you are one, of course, in Uganda they say agali awamuge galuma enyama. That's a quote about teeth. They say when the teeth are together, they can bite the meat. So if we are together, we will make more achievements for Marom and for the abayudaya Jewish community at large. And I would like to say to thank you for this opportunity, for letting me bless us today. Thank you so much, and shalom.
Shalom everyone, hope you are all well and healthy. I'm Rabin, here in Jerusalem, studying at Conservative Yeshiva. I'm privileged to share with you my experience and celebrate anniversary of Beit Ha'am Marom Kampala and Yom Yerushalayim. As being in Jerusalem, that was the best experience ever. The city which has all Jewish materials, rabbis, it's easy to access Jewish education with all spiritual sites, grateful people, and being a fish in water is easier than being fish on ground or outside water bodies. So that was really great. And the interesting part of it, we got married in Jerusalem. And it took 24 hours to organize, to make a decision, And in Jerusalem, it was easier, to get everything, to access all the requirements needed for the wedding take place. Together with the help of friends, the Masoti movement, this worked out, and it will remain in our mind, our heart, and the history to tell to our children and the entire abayudaya that this was an amazing experience. The first ever abayudaya wedding took place in Israel, specifically in Jerusalem. And then we had everyone, all sects of Judaism. We had the Orthodox friends, we had the conservative friends, the Reform friends, and this made it so unique to get together, got all the support, all the love. I would love in near future to hear that other abayudaya come and be or get married here in Jerusalem, and also to come and visit and study. And we hope that our abayudaya be recognized soon to access all the Jewish materials, Jewish knowledge, Jewish yeshivot, and I would like to thank everyone. Michal, Roy, Mama Judy, Rabbi Andy Sachs, Rabbi Mauricio, Maswati movement. Thank you very much. Happy anniversary. Beit Ha'am, Marom Kampala. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom members. My name is Jonathan Katselukatol. I'm a member of the Marom community in Kampala. I'm one of the administrators, the founders, and I work as the communications director in the community. So I'm going to talk about one of the mega achievements of the new Marom community in Kampala, and that's the birthday trip. Our dream as leaders and our organization in that's Marom Israel was to bring a bigger group of the young adults from the community to go and tour Israel, and Marom Israel worked very hard to make this possible, together with some of the leaders in Marom Kampala. Birthright is one of the mega achievements that we have ever had in the community, that took about 40 young adults from Uganda to Israel to tour for the 10 days in the entire Israel. And to talk about Birthright in particular is one of the best experience that most of the youths who attended this, who participated in this trip can talk about for the rest of their lives. Birthright trip was so amazing. We saw what we expected in Israel. Many people liked us. That's what I can say. And the most important thing that I can mention out of this trip was the welcoming part of it that we had at Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel. A group of people welcomed us very well, and we moved all over Israel, and people loved that so much, and that's the most wonderful experience that we experienced while in Israel. Thank you.
One of the most amazing trips that we had in the last few years with Marom was bringing the abayudaya Marom members to Israel on a birthright trip 2 summers ago. When I'm reflecting on this trip, I always remember one of David Ben-Gurion's quote, which was, in Israel, if you want to be a realist, you have to believe in miracles. And this is how we felt in Marom, that bringing this amazing group of young adults from abayudaya to Israel was full of small and big miracles throughout the way. And one of the most joyful moments for us while being in Israel was bringing the spirit and the ruach and the songs and the simcha, the joyful of abayudaya and Marom Kampala into the streets of Israel, and most particularly into the streets of Jerusalem. We wanted to share with you some of these amazing moments of being as a community, as abayudaya, but in the setting of Jerusalem, in one of the most important landmarks in Mount Scopus, arriving at the first time and seeing the view of the old city, a city when many of our members just heard about through biblical stories or through divrei Torah from Rabbi Gershom or through teachers, but have never have been to. And the second landmark is during our Hachnasat Sefer Torah in the Western Wall, in the Kotel HaMishpachot, the family Kotel, during the trip. So we hope you enjoy that, those moments as much as we enjoyed them. We want to welcome Solomon Wolusimbi, one of our participants, to share one of his meaningful moments in being in Jerusalem.
Toda rabba, Michal. I'm gonna share my experience that I had when we visited Israel, and mostly I'm gonna talk about Jerusalem. Shalom everybody. I would like to thank this online celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the opening of the Beit Ha'am around for giving me such an opportune moment to share my experience with Marom and Uganda. I traveled to Israel about a year and a half ago on the birthright trip with 40 other participants who were equally as excited as I was. It was the best trip I have ever had in my life, traveling to the Holy Land of Israel, which I had only heard of from the Torah and stories my mom told. and Rabbi Gershom Sizom, who had traveled to Israel before. My exotic experience came when we arrived in Jerusalem in Izik's bus. Like I know most of you, the guys who went on a back trip remember him. We were all quiet at the moment. I was thinking of how blessed I was to set foot in the city that symbolized my faith as a Ugandan Jew. And finally, my dream had come true. We danced and sang songs of Jerusalem as we stared and glanced at the old and yet a new city. It was amazing. The weather was absolutely perfect. It felt like home. I thought to myself, I could live there. The next day, we were at the Western Wall and walking down the streets of the old city towards the wall. It was crowded and yet peaceful. It was crazy, but beautiful again. This is a place which carries a lot of meaning to Jews all over the world, and I am there. I was there, and I'm here. Jerusalem and Israel is the strength and hope of Judaism amidst all the anti-Semitism and negativity from the world. It's a reason to smile and be happy, thinking to myself as we went through the security. Nonetheless, taking the Sefer Torah to the Western Wall at the egalitarian side was as special as we continued to sing our traditional songs, Hebrew songs, and danced our way to the wall, ending with a Shabbat service led by Samson Deritu and Daphne Sizomu. That just strengthened my faith, love, and connection to Judaism further. At the Western Wall, I prayed for freedom and peace because it is what I felt the moment I set foot in Jerusalem and Israel at large. All that was possible because of the generous hearts and minds of all the people who worked hard and selflessly to make our beautiful dreams to come a reality. So I won't mention all the people who worked hard because I know there's a lot of people who did a great job so that we realize our dreams. So I would like to end by thanking Michal Hakam. Thank you so much for the love you have showed us ever since you came to Uganda. And I'm sure the rest, all of us who are on a trip and a lot of people here in Uganda love you the same. Thank you so much. Toda Rabba. Solomon Walusi is my name.
Hi, Marom Kampala. It's so nice to be able to participate in this event from afar. I miss you all a lot. As you know, tonight is Yom Yerushalayim, and this day is really important as it provided the Jewish people with access again to Yerushalayim, which is in many ways our spiritual center, a place where people study Torah, a place where people study Jewish history and can see Jewish history in its, in the spiritual places. And it has really become a spiritual center for the population. I think the Beit Ha'am in Marom Kampala is in many ways the same thing for the community there. It's a center, it's a community center, a place to pray, a place to learn, and I wish that that you guys will continue to grow and flourish and provide all the services that the community needs, from learning and community programming, and that it will be successful. And I'm excited to come visit one day. Mazal tov.
Shalom for my friends of Beit Ha'am in Kampala in the memory of Yoni Netanyahu. Really, I'm very happy to join to you in this day of celebration after 1 year of activities of the Beit Ha'am. And today in Israel we celebrate the Day of Jerusalem, Jerusalem Day, and the name of Jerusalem have a lot of very interesting explanation and interpretations. One of them is Yerushalayim, Ir Shalom, Yerushalayim, city of peace. And we pray all the time, and each one of our prayers for peace in Israel and in the world. And the second name that I want to remember with you is Ir Shalem. That is a city that has everything, that is completed city. But really, Jerusalem is not a completed city because you are not with us here in Jerusalem. And I want to pray for that in a few months you can join to us and celebrate together here in Jerusalem about your activities. I want to pray with you and say Sheheyanu Bekimanu Begianu Lezman Hazeh, to thank to God about the possibility of these activities that we are doing with you, with abayudaya in Kampala. Chag Sameach for you, and all my blessings from Masorti Olami from Jerusalem.
We receive a blessing as well from Rabbi Gershom Sizomo, the spiritual leader of all the abayudaya communities, Masorti communities. We got it cut, so there's going to be a glitch, so apologies for that, but we hope you enjoy his words of wisdom.
Shalom, friends. I am very, very thrilled to be speaking to everybody on this special day on which we celebrate Yom Yerushalayim, the anniversary of reunification of Jerusalem, our city, and the seat of our dreams and aspirations. Also, on this day in Uganda, we are celebrating the anniversary of the opening of Marom House here in Uganda. Many coincidences have occurred here in Uganda, and I want to say that there is a divine statement to these coincidences. Earlier in the beginning of the century, the World Zionist Organization rejected a proposal to make Uganda a home of the Jewish people. Had Uganda been made a home of the Jewish people, Kampala, where we are now here, would be the Jerusalem. And maybe we would be celebrating this day here in Kampala. And so I am thrilled, and as again I said, it's not just a coincidence that we celebrate Marom House here in Uganda, in Kampala, which would have been Jerusalem if the proposal to make Uganda a home of the Jewish people had been accepted. Now, the other Uganda was forbidden under the reign of Idi Amin. So those coming together Jewish people and Uganda have actually been one piece. And I want us to continue that way. I want to bless Marom, a group of the youth of our community, to continue the spirit of our community that started in 1919, to continue the spirit for which Yoni Netanyahu perished here, continuing the Jewish community and the Jewish people and saving them from all kinds of perils, to continue the spirit of the unification of Jerusalem, and to continue Judaism in general. Judaism has been here for a longer time, and we want it to continue to be here for a longer time. I bless you with that ability, with the inspiration to continue Judaism in Uganda, because our future lies in the hands of the youth. So Marom, I bless you with long life. Long live Marom. I would like to thank all our partners in Jerusalem, the World Zionist Organization, Masorti Olami, Marom, and all your administration for the wonderful work you are doing to encourage and to actually bring enthusiasm and bring strength and courage to our people. Thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful celebration.
We're also happy to have with us today, joining all the way from Nairobi, Mr. Oded Yosef, the Israeli ambassador of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Malawi, and Seychelles. Thank you, Oded, for joining us.
Thank you, Michal, and Mazal Tov. Happy birthday to all of you on your first anniversary of Beit Ha'am Merom in Kampala. I had the honor to visit Beit Ha'am earlier this year, and had the chance to meet this wonderful community of the abayudaya. So this was a real pleasure for me, and I'm looking forward, when things stabilize, to meet you and visit you again very, very soon. And I find it very symbolic that you are celebrating your first anniversary of Beit Ha'am with the Jerusalem Day. So this is also an opportunity to say to all of us, Happy Jerusalem Day. We are marking the 53rd anniversary of the unification of the city, when Jews were allowed to go back to the holiest city, to the holiest sites, and to the sacred places for Jews. And I think, as you know, one of the things that are very unique about Jerusalem is that, as I think earlier said, there is a Jerusalem for each and every one of us. Jerusalem is not only sacred for Jews, it's sacred for our Muslim and our Christian friends. And I think that when we understood for so many years that we were deprived from being able to go back to our sacred places, I think it was very important for us when we unified Jerusalem to make sure that there is freedom of worship for all religions. And I think this is the case also today, and I'm very proud of that. We tend to speak about Jerusalem, about the holiness of Jerusalem, but the story of Jerusalem is not only about its holiness. There is the Jerusalem of the daily life, the Jerusalem of the wet market of Machne Yehuda, the Jerusalem of the nightlife in Jerusalem, the good coffee shops. So there's also the normal Jerusalem. As one who decided to build his own house in Jerusalem and lives in Jerusalem, I can tell you that this combination of the uniqueness of the holiness of Jerusalem and the daily life of Jerusalem is one of the components that makes this city so special. This year, we are also celebrating the Jerusalem Day. Naturally, under this challenge of the pandemic of COVID-19, we're celebrating it slightly different. We have to maintain social distance, but we are making sure that celebrations of Jerusalem Day do not stop for COVID-19. And I'm very proud that the special events in the Kotel are taking place, and the unique webinars and arts events are still taking place, though again, keeping safe and keeping healthy, keeping social distancing that would allow us to celebrate in a very safe manner. COVID-19 is a universal challenge, and we are all now going through these trying times. And in trying times, you always seek to find your good friends. And this reminds us of the good relations that Israel has and enjoys with Uganda. So under the challenge of COVID-19, we are only strengthening and enhancing our relations with Uganda. Prime Minister Netanyahu just recently visited Uganda and met His Excellency President Museveni, They both vowed to continue to strengthen the relations, also by making sure that there would be direct flights between our two countries and hopefully opening very, very soon embassies, an embassy of Uganda in Jerusalem and an embassy of Israel in Kampala. So I hope this will take place very, very soon. And I hope that we would find an opportunity to meet all of you very, very soon in person. I've been looking, Michal, viewing with all of you those beautiful videos and clips and photos from the different visits in Israel. And all I could say at this stage is that with this joy, we want to see all of you very, very soon in Israel. So may God bless you all with good health, with happiness, and with peace. And may we all meet next year in Jerusalem. Thank you very much. Mazal tov. See you soon.
תודה רבה, עודד. I don't know how to say תודה רבה in Swahili yet, but we'll get there. As we say in Hebrew, רק בריאות, in good health. תודה רבה for joining us. We would like to pass the torch to Ori from the Department of Diaspora Affairs in the WZO, our partners with Marom, to opening the physical home of Marom Kampala for a short and fun game. Ori, bevakasha.
Hello, everyone. Michal, if you can just put the game on. 1 second. Yes. Shalom to our friends. Great. And it's good to be here. And thank you, Marom, for the wonderful partnership in Uganda, in the Beta Am. And we are happy to hear your feedbacks and stories. And here, just to give you some fun and activity for Jerusalem Day, we developed this Jerusalem trivia game. And I would like those of you who can to answer as quick as possible your answers to the questions. And we would like to start with the first question. How old is Jerusalem? If anyone knows, please unmute yourself or write down on the chat quickly.
And if you're watching live, you can comment live.
Yes, I see Steve Gray, 3,000 from King David. C. Well done, Steve. Next question. Which religions is the city of Jerusalem holy to? Again, friends, you're welcome to answer unmute your mic or on the chat below. Which religions is the city of Jerusalem holy to? Judaism, Christian, and Islam. From Andrew, you're the first one who answered. Let's see the answers. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Well done, Andrew. Kol hakavod.
Ori, you should tell them that the first prize is a falafel in a pita in Israel when they...
Falafel and pita. No problem. I think we can stand the falafel and pita. Not sure about the flight ticket. What building do you see in the picture in front of you? Questions, friends? Answers to this question. Yes, Andrew, Knesset, ephemeral, Kol hakavod, the Israeli Knesset, which is the Israeli parliament.
Which is starting to work now again.
Started to work now, and hopefully for a long time. We hope.
We hope so too.
When was the old city liberated? 67. Andrew, you are sharp tonight. Very nice. During the 6-Day War in 1967. Yes, Andrew?
No, I'm going to say I'm going to stop answering, give other people, let them stop.
Is that by Andy Sachs? I can't believe it.
Okay. An animal appears on the Jerusalem emblem. Which one is it? The Jerusalem municipality has an emblem on the as an animal. Steve answers lion. You're the first one, Steve, and it's a correct answer. Very nice. Which king established Jerusalem as the capital of the kingdom of Judah? Yes. Which king established Jerusalem as the capital of King of Judah? Steve answers King David. Steve, you're the first one, and you are correct. There's a competition between Steve and Andrew.
Oh, then I'll get back in it.
כל הכבוד, חברים. Very nice. This was few questions to ask and good answers as fast as possible. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Michal, and Yom Yerushalayim Sameach to everyone.
Toda Rabba Ori, and we're happy that Rabbi Andy Sachs is actually joined us as well. Rabbi Andy Sachs is one of the Masorti rabbis who were part of the conservative conversion of the abayudaya community 20 years ago. Rabbi Andy? He left us? Okay, well, he was an amazing part of the process of the conversion and mentoring throughout that part. We want to finish with a prayer for Jerusalem.
ירושלים, הרים סביב לה. ירושלים, רבים שרים לה. חולמים רבים לה, פנים רבות לה. ירושלים של מלכי צדק, מלך שלם, היוצא בלחם ויין לקראת אברהם אבינו. ירושלים של דוד, הבונה את בירתו המאחדת בין נחלות יהודה, אפרים ובנימין. ירושלים של שלמה, המייסד בה מערכת משפט ובונה את בית המקדש הראשון. ירושלים של חולדה הנביאה, השופטת בשערי המקדש. ירושלים של עזרא ונחמיה, המשקמים אותה ומחדשים את בית המקדש השני. ירושלים של ישוע איש נצרת, המטיף לאחווה ואמת ומוצא בה את מותו. ירושלים של הנביא מוחמד, המקבל בה את מצוות התפילה. ירושלים של מוסלמים וצלבנים, עות'מאנים ובריטים, הקובעים בה מושבם ומאדירים את שמה. ירושלים של זלדה ולאה גולדברג, המשוררת על יופייה ותכונותיה. ירושלים של מרטין בובר וישעיהו ליבוביץ', החולמים על עתידה. ירושלים של חסידים ומתנגדים, של נזירים ומלומדים, של המוכרים בשווקים ושל בוני ההיכלות. ביתר והפועל, גבעת רם והר הצופים, מחנה יהודה ושער שכם, שופר, פעמון ומואזין. אך ישנה ירושלים אחת שעדיין אנו מצפים לה, ירושלים של שלום כדברי נביאיה. עוד ישבו זקנים וזקנות ברחובות ירושלים, ואיש משענתו בידו מרוב ימים. ורחובות העיר ימלאו ילדים וילדות, משחקים ברחובותיה. והיה באחרית הימים, נכון יהיה הר בית השם בראש הערים, ונשוא מגבעות ונערו אליו כל הגויים. והלכו עמים רבים ואמרו, לכו ונעלה אל הר השם, אל בית אלוהי יעקב, והראינו מדרכיו ונלכה באורחותיו, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר השם מירושלים.
We would like to conclude our event today with both the Ugandan anthem and the Israeli anthem. But before we do that, we just want to wish a personal blessing for our members. Rabbi Gershom always speaks about creating Yerushalayim Aktana, the little Jerusalem, in Uganda, and we want to wish you to continue doing that, to continue bringing the symbol, the knowledge, the spirit of Jerusalem and Israel into your home. And we are promising to continue to work on finding new ways to bring you to our visit in Jerusalem and in Israel.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand.
join us now for singing Hatikva, Shirat HaTikva, Israeli anthem.
כל עוד בלבב פנימה נפש יהודי הומיה ולפתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
ובלניו לשנה הבאה בקמפלה, לשנה הבאה במבלה, לשנה הבאה בירושלים. We're looking forward to see you either in the streets of Uganda or in the streets of Israel.